Yeah, afternoon all. As you can see, Del Boy is still away. So the kid and I have gone through the card for the Durbanville meeting. That's on Wednesday the 9th. There are 8 races carded. And the first is off at 1300 hours. This is a maiden juvenile plate to be run over 1,000 meters. Please take note, guys, in the first race there are a couple first timers that we think are really well bred. Of those that have run, our first selection is horse number 6, Piroshka. This is Aldo de Meyer for Candice Bass Robinson. Stable Boy jumped aboard this one. Has had one run whereby it finished 4th, 5 lengths behind the winner. Was green on the day, lost a length at the start, and we're certainly looking for a lot of improvement from horse number 6. 4-1 is not a bad price. For second, we have gone for horse number 7, Smith & Wesson, Simango Kamala for Justin Snaith. This has had 3 runs. Last time out, it was ridden by Richie Faree. That was at Fairview. Let the side down that day, finishing second. 3/4 of a length behind Holly's View. Went off at 7-10, and as I said, really let the side down. Of the first timers, we fancy the breeding on horse number 3, Hit Them Hard Sunshine, Richard Faree for Eric Sands. Very nicely bred. Hollywood Syndicate have invested over R500,000 in this one, and just watch this one going down, guys. Certainly I wouldn't leave it out of anything. For fourth, gone for horse number 9, Umzimkhulu River, Bernard Fade Heb for Justin Snaith. Nicely drawn at 1. Again, we quite fancy the breeding on this one. And in the bipots, I suggest you take all 4. So for the first race, guys, we've gone 6, 7, 3, and 9. We move on to the second race. This is due off at 13:35. This is a maiden plate to be run over 1,600 meters. Guys, we think this is more open than the breeding suggests. However, our first selection here is horse number 1, Steinbeck. This is Simango Kamala for Justin Snaith. Currently around about 14-10. Simango rode this one last time out, finished second over 1,400. On that occasion, was handy and tried really hard. Got caught really late. I don't think the 1,600 will be a problem, but 14-10 a little skinny for my liking. For second, gone for horse number 3, Spirit of Silvano, Keegan DeMello for Dean Cannemeyer. Keegan has ridden this on all 4 occasions. Last time out, finishing 5th behind Pineapple Express. That was the first run after rest. We do believe that this will be fitter now, and we're certainly looking for some improvement on this one. For third, gone for a real roughie, thrown in horse number 8, Hamlet, nicely drawn at 2, Cornet Alpha for Greg Enyon. Cornet has ridden the last 2 occasions. Last time out, put a line through that one. He was drawn hopelessly at 11, was held up and really didn't get into the firing line. The time before that, finished 4th, just over 2.5 lengths behind Sage King. The way this one runs with this draw, we think it will jump, sit handy, and 20-1 may be a nice little place bet, and should be included in swingers and trifectas. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 12. This is Nishon, Bernard Fade Herb for Vaughan Marshall, nicely drawn at 1. Bernard rode this one last time out over 1,400 meters. Lacked a strong finish on that day. However, this is really well bred, and we do believe that from draw 1 and over the 1,600, we're looking for some improvement from horse number 12 as well. So the second race, guys, we've gone 1, 3, 8, and 12. We move on to the third race, and the third race is due off at 14:10. This is a maiden plate for fillies to be run over 1,600 meters. And in the third race, guys, you find our best bet on the card. We think that horse number 3, Aliadora, Richie Faree for Lucinda Woodruff, drawn in pole position. We think this is the right one on the day. Last time out over 1,800 meters with Greg Sheen aboard. This one finished second, 1 3/4 lengths behind Everglade. We do believe that the 1600 will suit this one better. I see there has been a touch of support from 28 to 10 and to 5 to 2. We still believe that that is a good price, and we're certainly going to have a touch on that one. For second, guys, we have gone for horse number 2, Zippy Over. Samanga Kamala for Justin Snaith. Last time out, Richard did ride it. He's on our first selection. However, we do believe that Zippy Over is good enough to finish in the places. Finished just under lengths behind Panzanella last time out. And again, also will jump, probably sit up there, and as I said, probably finish in one of the minor spots. For third, we have thrown in horse number 1, Red Kite. Louis Courtois for Paddy Crayer. Has some fair form. Last time out, finished second to Panzanella. Was slow, was running on that occasion. Big negative here. I think he's drawn too wide, drawn 10. And if he's slow at this track, will really battle to get to the front runners. But to be thrown in to run third or fourth for trifectas or quartets certainly should not be excluded. For fourth, we have gone for horse number 4, Magic Moments. This is Aldo de Meyer for Greg Enyon. This one is nicely drawn at 3. Last time out under Grant van Niekerk, this finished 4th behind Panzanella. Again, this one will also be up there, sitting handy, and we do believe that this one can also fill in one of the minor spots. So race 3, guys, we've gone 3, 2, 1, and 4. We'll move on to the 4th race on the card, and this is Jorf at 1540. This is to be run over 2,400 meters. Please take note, guys, horse number 1, Warrior Bling, has been withdrawn. Our first selection here is horse number 2, Sunday Island. This is Grant van Niekerk for Willem Nel. Last time out in a feature race, this was not disgraced, finishing 3rd, 6.5 lengths behind Follow the Star. However, was slow on the day, finished the race off with respiratory noise, and we're certainly looking for this one to go pretty close. For second, we have thrown in horse number 7, and this is Impact. Samanga Kamalo again for Justin Snaith. Samanga seems to have some fair rides for Justin on the day, carrying 52.5. We think that this one can certainly be there when the whips are cracking. For third, excuse me, we have gone for horse number 6, High Moon. This is Greg Sheen for Candice Bass-Robinson. Greg rode this one last time out over 1,700 meters, lacked extra. When we go back and we look at a couple of runs back, Greg rode this one over 2,400 meters, finished 3rd on the day, 5 lengths behind one-way traffic. This one should be staying on, and again should fill in one of the minor spots. For 4th, we have gone for horse number 3, Exceeder, Richard Ferry for Greg Enyon. This is a current joint favorite. This has not run the distance. Last time out over 2,000 meters with Richard aboard. This finished 6th, 3 lengths behind Policy Target. I see they've pulled the blinkers off this one, so maybe they're going to sit a little off the pace. However, I think it's really difficult to come from way off them, especially at the Durbanville track. That is why we have thrown this one to run 4th. So in race 4, we've gone 2, 7, 6, and 3. We'll move on to the 5th race, due off at 1525, a merit-rated 78 handicap for fillies to be run over 1,000 meters. The 5th race, guys, the kid and I reckon that this is very, very open. We look at the betting, and I think we've got 4-1 the field. Put in as many as the budget would allow. Our first selection, and a narrow first selection, is horse number 3, Fearless Trip. This is Devon Ashby for Paul Reeves. Last time out, Devon rode this one over 1,200 at Kenilworth. Was very, very speedy and kept going to win by a short head. We do think that this track will suit back over 1,000. We think this one may be quite difficult to peg back. For second, we've thrown in horse number 1, different face. Samanga Kamala for Justin Snaith. This one, last time out, jumped very awkwardly, over raced, finished 3.5 lengths behind the winner. We go back and we look. This has some fair form. Carrying 61.5 will not be easy, but must not be excluded. For third, we've gone for horse number 6, Magnetic Dime. This is Grant van Niekerk for Willem Nel. Also has some fair form. Negative here for us, drawn number 9. However, is weighted to finish closer to horse 4. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 2, Seeking Peace. Greg Sheen for Mike Stewart. I see they've got alleys on this one. Nicely drawn at 1. Last time out finished third behind Casa Inverno. Was running on that occasion. Has had a run at this course and distance, finishing third on that occasion. And again, should be thrown in. We even suggest if you're taking larger perms, guys, throw in horse 4. And as a real lunatic, throw in horse number 9. We think this is a real tough race and put in as many as the budget will allow. We'll move on to the 6th race, draw for 1600 hours. It's a 1,000-meter event, merit rate of 92 for fillies and mares. We also think that this is quite an open event. We look at the betting here, and again we see 4-1 the field. In the 6th race, our narrow first selection here is horse number 9, Dad's Catch. Richie Ferree for Glenn Puller. Drawn at 5, we've got no problem with that. Richard rode it 2 runs back, finishing second behind Green Light Girl. We think the way this one runs, we think that this course will really suit. For second, we have gone for horse number 1, Casa Inverno. Corne Orfa for the Cotson stable. Last time out finished 4th, just over 3 3/4 lengths behind Safe Return. But very important, young guys, has had 3 runs, course and distance, and won all 3. Please, even when you look there and you see it carrying 60, this one loves the course and distance and should not be excluded from any permutations. For third, we have gone for horse number 4, Winter Mosaic. King in Demella for Justin Snaith, nicely drawn at 3. Last time out with Rachel Venica, board, finished 8 lengths behind Double Charge. The time before that, finished 2.5 lengths behind Winter Fury. That was not a bad run. It has been running in some of the races stronger to what it meets today. Ran third, 3 lengths to Miss Nibbles. And again, this should be up there and should be there when the whips are cracking as well. For fourth, we've thrown in horse number 2, High Hosanna. Samanga Kamala for Justin Snaith. This has had 2 runs at the course, finishing second on both occasions. However, the 1,000 meters may be a touch sharp for this one. But if you take in trifectas and quartets, throw this one in. So the 6th race, we've gone 9, 1, 4, and 2. We move on to the 7th race, draw at 1635, a merit rate of 96 handicap to be run over 1,400 meters. And in the 7th race, guys, we find our value bet of the day. This is horse number 3, Bush Tracker. Richie Ferree for Glenn Cotson, currently round about 5-1. We think this is great value. Last time out in the Pinnacle Stakes, this one finished just over 3 lengths behind Warrior. That was a very, very good run. We do believe that under the strong urgings of Richard, this one can certainly be there when the whips are cracking. For second, we've thrown in horse number 5, Lion's Head, King Demella for Dean Kannemeyer. This has had 2 runs at the course for 1 placing. Last time out finished just over 1.5 lengths behind the winner, was staying on. That was over 1,800 meters. We do believe the 1,400 will suit this one better. This one finished just over a length behind our first selection. And again, if you're taking swingers and trifectas, throw in horse number 5. For third, we've gone for horse number 1, Arctic Drift. Alden Meyer for Candace Bass Robinson has had 2 runs at the course for 1 win. Last time out, this was staying on, finishing 4th, just over 2.5 lengths behind Gainsford. This has had a 10-week rest, so if you're taking a bet on the nose, guys, watch it go down and see if it's not in need of the run. For 4th, thrown in horse 2, Hyde Park, Samanga Kamalo again for Justin Snaith. This one has had 6 runs over the course for 2 wins and 2 seconds. Course and distance, 4 runs, 2 firsts and a third. So again, this should not be left out of larger permutations. Race 7, we've gone 3, 5, 1 and 2. Move on to race 8, the lucky last. This is due off at 17.10. This is a mid-rated 78 handicap for fillies and mares to be run over 1,400 meters. Guys, at this stage in time, we have 3 scratchings in the 8th race. Horse number 1, Bye Bye Bombshell, is out. Horse 10, Academic Gold, is out. And last is horse 12, Hilarity, is out. So there's 3 scratchings, guys, 1, 10 and 12. In the 8th race, our first selection here is horse number 6, Perfect Trust. Again, we've got Richard Ferry for Eric Sands. Richard has ridden the last 2 occasions, last time out finishing 2nd, under half a length behind Bye Bye Bombshell at the Kenilworth track. This said handy was caught late, and again with a nice draw of 5, and the way this one runs, we do believe that this will be very, very hard to peg back. For 2nd, we've thrown in horse number 2, going up. This is Greg Sheen for Candace Bass Robinson. Last time out under Greg, finished under a length behind Fearless Trip. Was running on that occasion over 1,200. We do believe the 1,400 will suit this one better, and again should be included in all permutations. For 3rd, guys, we've gone for horse 3. This is Forest Forever, Alder de Meyer for Candace Bass Robinson. Last time out, this one never got into the race. I'm sure it's a lot better than that. Candace has put Aldo back aboard this one. Has had 1 course and distance run, finishing 2nd on that occasion, behind a Mountain Toti. We know Mountain Toti is well thought of, so throw this one in as well if you're taking a pick 6. For 4th, gone for a real roughie here, horse number 14, Fly to Rio, Jabo Jacobs for Greg Enyon. Nicely drawn at 1, low weight of 52. And we do believe that this one can certainly fill in one of the minor spots. Jabo did ride this one last time out in the Kenilworth track over 1,200 meters. Was in touch, outrun late, finishing 3rd, 2 lengths behind Nippy Winter. And again, can certainly make its presence felt. So in race 8, guys, we've gone 6, 2, 3, and 14. Guys, please watch the first timers. Check for betting. Check for jockey changes. We know that Samanga has not been riding. At this stage, he's carded to ride, but just check before taking wins and places or throwing him into your exotics. Guys, look after yourselves. Take care. And from the kid and I, have a great day. Cheers for now.